let's see. We need this for everybody who's now listening. We've got everything. Everything is going our way. We're getting everything tuned up. The orchestra's getting ready. Places, people, places.
Places. Very important show starting.
It is
very important.
Bob, if you're not in your place, get in your place.
Very important. Very important.
Bob is always dicking around. You can't trust Bob.
Mary, button that blouse. Holy cow. Nobody wants to see all of that.
All right, people. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Straight out of the DFW Metroplex, it's Saturday Morning Live with Jeff Fisher from Chewing the Fat and Brad Staggs from the Daily Mojo. Today's musical guests, the Flunky Butt Fiddler 6.
Yes!
And now here are your hosts, Brad Staggs and Jeff Fisher.
All right, that's us right there. Look at that.
Yes, it is. Awesome.
Another beautiful day here in the DFW Metroplex. It's raining cats and dogs here. You know how I know?
No, Brad. How do you know?
I just stepped in a poodle. I say a poodle. Thank you. Orchestra's a little late on that one, but here we are. It's amazing day to be alive. It is
an amazing day to be alive. How are you?
I feel good. I feel good.
Good to see you.
Hoping
Seriously,
everybody else is good.
I don't know what it's like who's ever watching and listening to this, wherever it's called weather, but it's been crazy all morning here in DFW. So I'm glad I'm here inside a dwelling and not outside.
Well, it's possible. I mean, at any moment we could be blown off the air.
It is possible we could be blown off the air. It's possible at any moment that we could be homeless as well, and I would be out in the elements. But for right now, I'm not. Yeah, so it's all good.
And if we get blown off the air, the show's going off too. So I just wanted to make sure everybody.
You were waiting for we get blown on the air too. It wouldn't be the first time. Okay, I got it. All right.
I got another one of those.
Thank you. Yeah.
See, this is better than Scooby Doo. This is better than Bugs Bunny ever was.
Is it though?
I think.
Okay.
I'm sticking with it.
I don't like this off-center stuff. I gotta move a little bit.
I set you up nice and straight every day, and you
gotta move the thing a little. Whatever the thing is, you gotta move it.
It's the same way every week.
I shouldn't have to move.
You try to get. That's why no one likes talent, and you have no friends. But other than that, where do we want to start today? I mean, it's we got the guy on fire, and we've got the guy that was shot.
What could you do? And the what?
The guy that got shot in Arkansas.
Yes.
We've got the Joker. We've got Gladiator 2.
We've got the Barnacle Buster. I'm a huge fan of the Barnacle Buster. Can I tell you? They're going to go back to the boot soon.
And you just now figured out the way to get rid of the barnacle, the thing. Well, that's been around for a while.
All right. Well, first of all, you're ticking me off with your attitude right there, because it has not been around for a while.
It depends on how you define a while.
This is I tell you, the Barnacle Buster is what makes America great. I'll tell you that. I love that.
Does it?
Yes, it does. All right. So the barnacle, they put on your windshield. It's like the boot, which I am very familiar with the boot, and it's not a good feeling when you come around the corner and see your car with the boot on it. It's very disheartening. And I've seen it. I've had it happen multiple times in my life. Why don't you just pay your parking tickets then, Jeff? Well, I did, but that's another.
That's too easy. That's the barnacle.
So this is the new thing that NYC is doing for illegal parking with the new barnacle, and they put it on your windshield. It has suction cups on it, and they put a code in, and then it pops on your windshield. And to get it off, I have to go pay a fine, and I have to pay extra money as a deposit so that I get the code, and then I have to drop it off at the barnacle box. I mean, okay, stop.
All Gotta love the barnacle. Hey, this is dangerous, quite frankly, because, I mean, what if you're getting chased in the parking lot? What if there's somebody chasing you with a club? The club that you lock your steering wheel with, he's going to beat you with the club, and you get in, and you can't see anything. Of course.
Okay.
I'm just saying, it's a safety issue.
Well, the barnacle goes off, right? I mean, they say if you move the car or the glass breaks or you try to disrupt the barnacle, the alarm goes off and it sends a GPS signal that something is happening, right?
Okay.
That's what they said.
All right.
I mean, I don't know. They get a piercing alarm, and I guess the barnacle police come down from a helicopter and shoot everyone dead because the GPS system went off. I don't know. But I had said originally when they did this that I guess I might just take the windshield off, right? You can't because you can't try to take it off. The suction cups are going to break your glass, and then obviously it moves and the alarm goes off and all that stuff happens, and the barnacle police show up. But I said, well, just have just pop that window off, just have somebody come and replace the window now. And if you move, I guess if you move, like you could roll down the window and drive with it on your windshield and just look out the window while you're driving. But I guess if you move, then that also sends the barnacle police and starts the screeching sound.
Okay.
However, now I find out that people have figured out that all you need to do is run your vehicle's windshield defroster for about 15 minutes. Use a thin piece of plastic to release the suction around the edge, and you're good to go. They also say that one guy realized that the SIM card in these barnacles have unlimited data, so he hacked it and tethered his own personal cell phone to it, and he had unlimited phone data for several months.
I love that.
Barnacle. That is, I mean, I just want to say, I guess I should be horrified that this is a crime and it's affecting many people. But on the other hand, this is what makes America great. That's what makes America great.
It doesn't matter what sort of a punishment that our rulers come up with.
We're going to find a way around it.
There's always, we'll always find, and usually it's a 15-year-old kid.
Well, but the boot, I don't know that we've had a way around the boot, man, because you can't move your car. I mean,
you're right.
Destroy your car. It will destroy your car to try to move with the boot on it.
Yeah, and to me, that's dangerous too, because again, if you're being chased by a guy, with a club, and you're trying to get away from him, and you get in your car and you can't move, I think it's the police's fault in that case. Whoever put the boot on your car, because you're going to get beaten.
Look, they're just trying to save money, right? That's all they're doing. They're trying to save money and get rid of humans, because with the barnacle, they only need a person to put the barnacle on, and then the rest is you. You have to go pay the fine. You have to pay the deposit. You have to return it.
Right.
With the boot, they have to have somebody put the boot on, and then they have to have somebody come and take the boot off. And so they're just trying to eliminate jobs and try to save some money.
Right.
And so if people are figuring out a way around it, good.
Yeah. Good. There's it's Jim Carrey. I was going to say I found a video, or I think that's just somebody inserted his.
Really? You think? No, that really happened.
I think. Well, here's a guy.
Wow.
See, barnacle clamp sparks student fury. It's well,
and again,
irritating.
And New York is saying that they use it for people who have unpaid parking fines and are parking in the wrong space, parking in no parking areas. Man, I'd be so pissed. I'd be so angry.
How long do you think this has been around?
I don't
the barnacle?
know.
Because how long do you think this has been around, the barnacle?
I don't know. New York just started using it a little bit ago.
Here's one from 2020.
It's been around for a while, but New York just signed a deal for like four or half a dozen of them to use in the boroughs. That's what the story was about.
Just
the original
6?
story. I might not even have been that. It might have been only 4. 4 sticks in my head that was the original count that they were renting from the company, the barnacle people. They were leasing them to the city, so the city has to lease the barnacles.
Right.
They're not even buying them; they're leasing them because I guess it's proprietary information on the barnacle.
Secret stuff.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So,
4 of them.
I think it was. I really do. You could look it up. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Because they were saying they don't know how long they were going to keep it there or how long they were going to use it. But
You're right. 4.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what stuck in my head.
What? We're gonna use 4 of them in a city of how many million people? And
what do you got? 8 million in New York?
Yeah, something crazy.
9, 10, whatever.
And they cost $250 a month to rent.
Okay, so they're paying right. New York is paying that to lease it, and then they have to have a person who goes out and puts the barnacle on, and that's it. Then it's up to you. You have to go and pay the fine, and then you have to pay a deposit, and then you have to return it to get your deposit back.
Why don't they just instead give somebody a can of spray paint? And you go out, and if you're the New York Police Department, you just spray paint the windshield. It's the same thing.
It kind of is. Yeah, it kind of is.
Spray paint the windshield and put a tracking device on the car, and you can't, you're going to have to pay one way or the other to get the paint off your windshield or this stupid pizza box barnacle thing.
It's amazing. I know. And it amazes me that I would bet, and I would be really fascinated if someone has had this happen to them. And you, with the barnacle, you can reach out to me, chewingthefatattheblaze.com is the email address. I would love to know how fast you get your money back. Because, like, if I pay a deposit, I pay my fine, and I pay the deposit, whatever it is, the bank takes that immediately out of your account. Immediately.
Yep.
But without question, it's gone.
Yep.
It's not really out of your account, Jeff. It's just that you can't use it. Oh, okay.
Right.
I got you. That's a whole other issue I have with banks. But when I return it, how long does it take before I get my deposit back? Because we know how long it takes when you get refunds from particular stores when they immediately take the funds out of your account. It's not out of your account, Jeff. It's just you can't use it. Okay. So they immediately block those funds. But when you get the money returned to you, that takes some time. We've got to run cycles. We've got to get that through the bank, get that verified to come back out. Sorry.
It's almost like they're using us.
It is almost like that, isn't it?
It's almost like they're using us.
Almost like that.
It's almost like these people in charge are just trying to screw with us on a daily basis.
And they're not even hiding it anymore, right? I mean, they're out there telling us, hey, got the message? Because if this is you, we're coming after you, and we don't care.
Which reminds me of this guy.
Yeah.
I saw this this morning, and I don't know why I'm stunned. But now we find out that the guy, Brian Malinowski, the director of the Clinton International Airport, the guy that the ATF busted into his home to serve a search warrant,
at 6 a.m. in the morning.
6 o'clock. And not only did they cover up the Ring doorbell, which we saw them do with tape, which I even said, hey, you know what? Benefit of the doubt. They're not sure who's watching that. They've got to make sure that somebody can't see them getting ready to come in so that they're going to plow them down with a machine gun through the front door. But
and
now
we
find
the deal with him. That was the deal with him, right? Because he was a gun dealer. They've been following him. They've been following him. The warrant, remember, they could do it any time.
Yep.
6 a.m. to 10 p.m. at night. Any time they could have. Hey, Brian, we're here to issue a search warrant. But no, we've got to bust in at 6 a.m.
And now we find out that they didn't have body cams on.
Did we forget to turn those cameras on? Gosh darn it. What did we do?
Not only that, let's see, did they even have them with them? I don't even think they had them. It wasn't that they just didn't have them turned on. I don't think they were even wearing them. I mean, it's just...
Are they not legally supposed to, or am I misknowing that?
The Department of Justice confirmed last night that the ATF agents involved in the execution of a search warrant of the home of Brian Malinowski weren't wearing body cameras.
Okay.
So they
again. I asked the question: Are they legitimately legally supposed to, or is
Yes.
it just them saying, yeah, we normally wear them?
Bud Cummins, the attorney for the Malinowski family, noted that the ATF adopted a policy in 2022 that requires the use of body cameras during the execution of search warrants.
Okay, but it's not a law. It's just a policy from the ATF.
Right.
So they broke policy. Oh,
suggestion.
You guys.
You need to stop that.
What are you doing?
Really? I mean, just come on. We told you need to do that. Why can you not follow any rules? Come on.
We've punished these ATF agents for breaking ATF policy. We're sorry.
You know what? We're going to cancel Casual Fridays because
just for you. Just for those particular ATF agents.
You don't get to come in casually on Fridays anymore, and until you show us that you can actually follow the policies, then you know what? You don't get to play in the reindeer games. This is
amazing.
I don't even know what to say beyond the fact that we now
really,
live in a police state.
It's just a message received. We got it. You can do whatever you want.
They will come in. They will shoot you. They will kill you. You'll be dead. And what are you going to do about it, really? And what's this family going to do about it?
Nothing. And the thing is that, if you think for one instant that they did not plan, I'm sorry. And you can say you can't prove that, and these guys are professionals. Okay. Mm-hmm. If you think for 1 minute that these guys, knowing that this guy was a gun dealer, expecting him to be armed, are breaking into his home, executing a search warrant into his home at 6 a.m., and not expecting a guy who has been dealing with guns and have guns and familiar with guns wouldn't think, what the hell is going on in my home at 6 a.m. and grab a weapon and stand up? Of course you are. Of course you are.
Unreal. Here is the video of them coming up to his front door.
Look at that.
And putting tape over the Ring doorbell. They all stand back. They blink. Tape that over and not wearing the body cameras.
And now we're done. That's all we got. Sorry. You see it coming up to the door. And after that, Brad, we knocked on the door politely. We came in. We made him eggs and sausage, and we sat him down. And then we were just eating breakfast. He was having eggs and sausage and orange juice. And the next thing you know, he reached for a weapon, and we had to shoot him. What are you going to do?
Yeah, it was for our own safety. It was for our own safety. Mr. Malinowski should not have come at us with that AK. And we were very sorry that we were having a good talk, actually. When I thought we were fine.
And who's to say that's not what they say? And who's to say that's not what actually happened? No one, because there's no evidence other than what they say.
I don't even. We should talk about something happy now.
Message received.
Talk about something happy.
If you didn't think. And that right there is an example of what's going to happen with those with the new FISA laws.
Yep.
They're just going to happen. If we've decided that we're after you, then we're after you, and you're guilty. Have a nice day. We don't have to go through a court of law. So I got it. Message received.
Maybe we're not as much fun as Scooby Doo. Maybe Scooby Doo would have been better this morning because it's.
This is Saturday Morning Live. What do you mean?
We're having fun. It's happy. Let's
live.
You want to watch a movie trailer?
And we're having fun. Hey, look at this guy who set himself on fire. Right. How about him, huh? Is there anything? Let me ask you before you show this footage because it's terrible, and there's a disclaimer. If you thought this was Scooby Doo, and then you realize it's not, you should probably make the kids actually go into the other room.
Complain to Media Matters.
Well,
please, please do.
Whoever you want.
Complain to somebody. Make a big stink over it. It'll help.
It will?
But I think so. There's no such thing as bad publicity. All right, so that's
we don't have to do the guy on fire. We don't have to show the footage, but it's really incredible. And I honestly, we were just talking about somebody setting themselves on fire not long ago, right? It's becoming a thing.
He was Air Force or Army. That guy that.
Oh, yeah, the guy in front of the White House. Right.
Is that in front of the White House?
Capitol, White House. It was in D.C., right?
I think so. But yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, I don't know whether to think that these guys have cojones as big as basketballs. I mean, I could never do that. I mean, I get too close to the barbecue and it's like, ow. And
I honestly, I don't know that I don't know there's anything that I would do that would cause me to set myself on fire.
no.
Jeff, we're going to harm your family. Man, it was nice knowing them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna miss them.
I hate to see them get hurt, but no, I'm not pouring gasoline.
I'm not doing that.
No.
I'm not setting myself on fire.
I couldn't do it. But this guy, he walks up and they catch him, and again, here's the video of him. He's sitting there. He burned for 2 minutes.
Yeah, it was a long time. It was a long
2 minutes he sat there. Which at some point I thought, is this even real?
I know.
Because the dude in front of the there I think he kicks his shoe off. That's the weirdest thing. But then they come up and they try to put him out. Which at this point, why? Why do you try to put the guy out? That's cruel.
Because that's what we do as humans. We try to save other humans. That's what we do.
But you can't.
Life matters.
You can't. Yeah, but you're on fire for 30 seconds and you are not going to make
they're
it.
They're just trying to save the guy. I mean, life matters. I understand that. They're just processing something horrific and they're trying to save the guy. I get that.
But that's. I mean, you're going to live
if somebody were to run up there, Brad, right now, if it was on video, somebody would run up there and held people back from throwing.
Right. Yeah, I get it.
Why is that guy stopping him? Let's listen in. Let him burn.
Let him burn.
We'd be mad at him because that's not what we do.
Right, but
that's not what we do.
If he had, by the way, he died, which that's for the best because you can't be on fire for 2 minutes and not. If you live through that, you are going to be miserable.
Oh, I don't know why
for the rest of your life.
I don't know how much suffering he was doing. The burning and then after the burning, was he really still alive? I don't know. I mean, they pronounced him dead. They told us today. We found out, right? I don't know exactly when he died, but man, you start burning, 90% of your body, you're done. It's over. You're not doing that.
You're gonna get.
I'm sure there's exceptions. Oh yeah, my uncle burned 95.2% of his body, and he's lived a great life. That's why we try to save him. I get it, but. It's rare.
But his uncle accidentally caught fire next to the barbecue grill. His uncle wasn't lighting himself on fire on the streets of Manhattan. There's a big difference.
I know.
Right.
I know.
And what's her face?
The
point was, and they did release his manifesto. Well, he released his manifesto before he lit himself on fire.
Don't take that down, whatever you do. Make sure we all read that. So if they haven't taken it down and he released it, then he's got to be a Trump guy. Whatever. I don't know that.
But you're probably right. He went into all of the we're all being conned by the rulers. That he sued Elon Musk and a bunch of other people for he had some interesting theories.
New World Order stuff, or
yes. Pretty much.
Okay.
Which probably not that far off, but but I mean, what's her face? Anne Heche, didn't she catch fire?
Whoa! You're gonna bring my girl Anne Heche up in this?
Yeah,
she was in a car wreck.
I know she was.
Car wreck.
Didn't she catch fire in the car?
Home. Yes.
Because at the end there, she sat up.
Yeah.
Which is a little weird.
When they were bringing her out of the house there where the crash was.
Just
she was
before
on the gurney.
She goes into the little thing and she's like, sits up, and they're like, no, sit back down. Yeah. They pushed her down. Yeah. And it's weird.
Now you're bringing up. I'm almost welled up with that, Heche.
I still don't know what happened with that one.
I miss her.
I still don't know.
We've just moved on. We've just moved on.
We're just going to. This is happening all the time now. People are doing weird stuff. How many times have we ever seen people set themselves on fire? It really doesn't happen that often in this country.
No, not in this country, which is weird because we've got all these new Americans in this country.
Visitors.
And things that happened outside of the United States are now happening inside the United States. It's weird how that's happening. Huh.
Strange. It's almost like these customs are coming to
America. It is almost right. It is almost like that.
Wait, okay. All I did, I typed into Google how many people have, and I hit the L, and it autofilled, lit themselves on fire in protest. That's well,
that's helpful. I like it.
Let's see. NPR.
You just got done speaking into your computer with that very same question. Of course, it's going to type it out for you.
Well, technically, I wasn't speaking into that one. I was speaking into the computer over there. But apparently, the two of them talk to each other.
Yeah, no, they're all listening.
Man dies after said there was something. How common is self-immolation as a form of protest? They asked us the self-defense over on Quora. Most notable Mexican Vietnam War era, when several individuals, including Buddhist monks and nuns, set themselves on fire to protest U.S. involvement in Vietnam. Nuns?
So Buddhist monks are setting themselves on fire too?
That seems a little odd. So does nuns.
It does seem a little odd.
And here's the question on Quora. How effective is self-immolation in protesting policies and highlighting a cause? Well, define effective. I mean, what?
Because I have a feeling that it's not.
I don't think, because this guy, I mean, and the other guy that did it in front of the Capitol, Free Palestine was what he kept saying. I don't know what that means. What does Free Palestine mean?
It means kill all the Jews.
Oh, I knew it was something like that.
From hadn't the river to the sea. Mm-hmm. Kill all the Jews. Right. That's what it means. Free Palestine.
Did you hear about the guy in Germany who got busted? And I think they're putting him in prison for using the Nazi term "everything for Germany," which is kind of like if you think about it's the same idea.
Great again.
Well, no, it's the same thing as sort of, but it's the same thing as from the river to the sea. If you think about it, I mean, that's what they're saying. Everything for Germany is a reference to Nazi Germany and Hitler, but they're putting him in jail, or they're trying him for using a Nazi slogan.
Wow,
that's weird. Everything's just weird. Everything.
That is really weird.
You can quote me on that, by the way.
Everything is weird.
Everything is weird. Yeah.
You're right. It is. And everything we say, wow, that's amazing. That's not amazing anymore. It happens all the time.
Nothing is. That's the problem. I've had to come up with new words for I'm stunned and I'm amazed, because it doesn't fit the cause anymore. There are no words. There are no words.
I know. Every day. Every single day, some days, multiple times a day.
Yes.
You're like, okay,
I know.
Just stop it. What are we doing?
Let's see here. Do we want to watch a movie trailer, or do you want to take a break? I mean, it's
wow.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I guess they
decided.
Sorry to interrupt, guys, but it's time for a quick break. You'll be right back. And they're back!
And
with Brad Staggs and Jeff Fisher.
We are back from the...
Who's running this thing?
That was amazing. That was that's what we call a fast break.
That was. We'll be right back. Wait, we didn't go anywhere.
We didn't really... We're back anyway. Don't we have a way to take comments from people here? Don't we have a system for that over on the...
I don't know. Can we take phone calls? I would love to take phone calls here on Saturday Morning Live, but...
We could. Well, first of all, Benjamin Flensborg over on there's a chat at the dailymojo.com, because we're trying to we're going to get away from broadcasting on the front page of the dailymojo.com. The problem is last week, Vimeo decided to take a dump on us right before the program, which is what we depend on Vimeo to put the program up at realsaturdaymorninglive.com. So generally, if you go to realsaturdaymorninglive.com, you will be able to watch the program.
Oh, wow. Well, that's kind of sweet.
Right? And
I guess I missed that meeting.
Well,
that board meeting on Saturday Morning Live. Cause
you missed most of the meetings.
Of
Benjamin says, first of all, the Jeffy is my grandpa. So maybe I didn't know you have a child somewhere.
Not that I'm paying for.
Okay.
I've already got enough kids I'm paying for.
He also says, if you owe the Danish state money, they will come arrest you. If they owe you money, well, could be a couple of months. Right?
Yeah, that does not surprise me.
That is.
I mean, that's kind of true with every government, though, right?
Yes, yeah. If you owe them money, they will hunt you down.
Yeah, every king, you're going to give me what I need right now. And
you see,
if I'm responsible to take care of something, I'll get to it.
That's the problem, is that we kicked England's ass a couple times in wars to get away from the king thing, and here we are yet again.
Go right back at it. Oh, yeah.
With the king thing.
Did we ever get right away from it, though? I feel like
we tried.
I feel like it was all a mirage.
It may have been, and you know what? The problem was we went on living our lives. We went on doing the things we wanted to do when we wanted.
Which is what makes this country so great.
It does.
And that's really what's actually biting us in the ass right now.
Yes, so that's it. That we trusted the people that we sent to do our business, and they did the business all right. They did it right on us.
Yes, they did.
In us, on us, and over us.
They're just living their lives and trying to make a living and raise their family, and we're screwing them every day.
You know, it makes me want to go back in time to, when was Gladiator? That was back in the Roman days, right?
That's correct.
Okay, it just makes me want to go back.
Are you setting up the new Gladiator trailer?
That's weird that you would know
first
that.
of all, I love the original Gladiator was just awesome.
You mean back when what's his name was thin?
Yeah, we all were. So why don't you just zip it? Don't be messing with Russell Crowe. I like Russell Crowe.
I do too. It's
I feel like you don't, though.
He's not in this movie, although he's in the trailer. He's in the trailer.
Well, I mean, you can't do a Gladiator movie without Russell Crowe. I mean, he has to be associated somehow. He's the man. He's what made this movie great. The original whole thing. I know. No, it was Ridley Scott. Okay, I got it.
Will endure forever.
Denzel.
My man Denzel, though.
You were
Love
shaped
that.
by that legacy.
Oh yeah.
It was the foundations of your kingdom.
Yeah, Lucas.
I am ready. I have trained all my life for this.
There's Russell.
This is what I am meant to be.
The Colosseum is mine to command.
I fight not just for glory, but for honor and freedom.
I feel like they didn't have those boots back.
Okay, all right, hold on. I'm pausing this thing right there because I was thinking the exact same thing. I was thinking the exact same thing. I was like, those boots look like they came from Nordstrom.
Yeah, I feel like the Gladiator ring didn't actually have those boots straight from. Well, we'll go with Nordstrom.
All right, more
hilarious.
Hilarious.
Don't let this path ensnare you, Lucio.
This is not going to end until blood is shed.
All
right, I mean,
Gladiator 2. It's not going to be as good as 1.
Not only that, but I just what were they even saying in that? I mean, I've lived my life for this. I mean, there was nothing. The imagery is compelling, but there's nothing really compelling about
the point. I mean, Maximus Decimus Meridius died in the ring, for freedom.
Right.
And everything was supposed to be, break down after that. So we'll see what happens after that. We'll see if that actually took place, because I doubt it.
That was like Chinese food. There didn't feel like there was. I'm already wanting another movie trailer.
I mean, we should look. It's not a Maximus Decimus Meridius. Okay. There's no Proximo. There's no general to the loyal servant to the true Emperor Marcus Aurelius.
Right.
He's dead now. There's general to the Felix Legions. I could just go on and on. It's been a while.
I'm just waiting until you're finished and say we've got the Joker trailer too.
It's been a while since I've seen that movie. I watched it a couple of times in my life.
I've seen it a couple of times.
I've seen it. I mean, I have the unedited director's cut. I have the movie cut. And I love this freaking movie. In fact, someone say I loved it so much that I named one of my children Maximus.
Could have been.
Anyway.
Could have been. I mean, it's a good thing you didn't name him after, the Joker.
Okay, so Joaquin was in the original Gladiator too, right? He was awesome in it. Yeah.
I think I remember.
Do you even know film at all?
I forget things. I can't remember things. I have a problem with memory.
The final battle between Marcus Aurelius and King, whatever his name is, that's Joaquin.
Chuck. Oh, that's right.
Prince Charles, yeah. Chuck, that's Joaquin. Anyway, so the Joker too, Joaquin Phoenix. This is the first time that Joaquin has come back for a recurring role. He decided that he would come back and play Joker again.
He dug deep in his soul. He thought about it. He pontificated. He really spent a lot of time meditating about it. And when they slid that piece of paper across the table to him, and it said $20 million,
he decided, you know what?
I can do this. I can do this.
All right, I'll do it.
I
can make it. I don't know if he has, and there wasn't any reports on whether he got any deals on the back end, but I'm sure he did, because the first one was just huge.
It's Hollywood. He got deals on the back end, all right.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
And Gaga got $12 million, I think, for her role in Joker 2, because she lobbied for the part. She wanted it to be Harley Quinn. She wanted that gig. So I'm sure there's no argument going on. She's an underpaid actress when the man got more.
Megan Rapinoe is on the phone. She wants to talk to you.
Yeah. Megan can go take a hike.
Here we go with.
I wish she was, though, because I'd like to talk to her.
Joker, Folie à Deux is the first official trailer.
So good.
He lost all that weight again. That's crazy.
You got a joke for us today?
Hey, pause this for a second. Okay.
Pausing. There. Yes.
I just want to go on record as saying for $20 million, I'm losing all that weight again too. It's a difficult thing. I mean, when you think about it, seriously. Now, I've been really watching what I eat. I've lost about 10, 15 pounds, and it's like taking a bucket of water out of the ocean. I know that, but my point is that for $20 million, I am starving myself forever, for a long time. To do a part, heck yeah.
I could probably do that too.
Yeah, for $20 million.
Yeah, I think I could.
You have to.
Yes,
because otherwise, at what point do you decide? You know what, $20 million or not, I gotta have some ice cream.
Right. I mean, there does come that time.
Jeff, you're gonna have to. If you have that ice cream, it's gonna cost you $20 million. I know, but I haven't. I don't care.
Ice cream.
I don't care.
Ice cream.
All right, back to Joaquin. I'm sorry.
There's the Gaga.
I know.
Did she get a nose job?
We use music to make us whole, to balance the fractures within ourselves.
What a great shot right there.
It's a pretty shot.
I'm nobody. I haven't done anything with my life like you have.
world?
Let's get out of here.
So is she crazy too?
Duh.
What the
world
needs
love is a love, sweet love.
sweet love.
It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world is sweet love.
Tell us, what's changed, Arthur?
I'll tell you what's changed. I'm not alone anymore. That's what we should be talking about.
Huh.
This is a great shot here too, man. I love this shot.
Probably CGI.
Okay.
It's
Show me who you. I want to see who you really are.
Oh, see?
Think about it.
Oh, see, there's no way. There's no way that they could have. Nah. It's coming out 10/4/24. Like she could never put that lipstick on the thing there perfectly. Like he could line his face up. Of
Yes, you
course
can. You do that. If you don't get it right the first time, you do it again. That's why it's in movies.
You know, it's.
You do it till you get it. You do it till you get it right.
How many?
You quote me on that.
Thank you. How long has it been since the last Joker?
The first Joker was what? 19, maybe 20,
Well,
21, 3-4 years.
The Joker.
I mean,
movie.
look, what's his face? Todd Phillips, the guy that's the director of it.
2019.
Writer, yeah.
5 years
Thank you.
ago. Huh. I'll be darned.
I've loved that movie. Was awesome. It was so much better than I thought it was going to be, and it was hard for me to wrap around Douche Nero being in it because he's really a thorn in my side, and I love a lot of his work, but personally, he's such an agonizing douche. It's tough for me to wrap my head around his work anymore.
It really is, yeah.
So we were at the theater, and the theater's quiet, and this is a spoiler if you haven't seen Joker 1. Okay, so sorry. If you haven't seen it, it's been out for 5 years. Sorry about it.
Yeah.
In the end, they're on he does a Tonight Show kind of show. And Joaquin comes out on stage to do an interview and then shoots him dead. And the whole theater that we're in is quiet. And I'm like, yes, yes, yes.
Oh.
And my kids I've laughed about that ever since.
If they just shut their mouths, if these stars, if these people who have would just shut their mouths, it would be okay.
It's so good. So good.
But it's like you and I were.
Nero is.
I totally agree. It's insufferable. There's a good word, insufferable.
That is a good word.
But if you look back at the Johnny Carsons of the world, I'll even throw Tim Russert in there. You didn't know what they were. I mean, you had a suspicion, but you didn't know that they were, and Johnny Carson may not have been. I don't know, but they didn't. It wasn't worn on their sleeve like that, and.
No, because they were attacking everybody. They wanted to be able to attack or say attack. They wanted to be able to joke about everyone.
Yeah.
And there's too much animosity.
There is
between people in today's world.
There is. There's
It's very difficult for people to take a joke. Just the joke.
Bastards.
Just.
I
was watching a clip of Dean Martin on the Tonight Show.
Love Dean Martin.
And I was just amazed. I mean, the guy, between Carson and Dean Martin, and they're doing their bit and their jokes and the whole thing, everything, it was just incredible. Those guys were just on top of the world right then, man. It was just really, really good. That's all. Oh my gosh. What?
I know.
They actually acted on it?
Yep. They stripped him of the medal.
Wow.
And the money.
That's what the video does for you right there, man.
And the money.
That's what the video does for you, because without the video, no, you get none of that.
You brought this up on the Daily Mojo on Thursday.
I'm chewing the fat. Absolutely, I talked about chewing the fat. Well,
whatever.
It does. Whatever you want to think about when I brought it up. I brought it up.
Right.
Brought it up because it was an amazing story, and because the Kenyans and the Ethiopians are the distance runners of the world. They're the top of the notch. They've won the Boston Marathon over and over again. They're the runners. They're the distance runners. And to see this little Chinese guy beating the Kenyans and the Ethiopians, no, I'm sorry, no. And without this video, you get none of it. Before this part where he wins here, where he comes down the stretch as the winner, when they go to make the turn coming down the stretch there where the balloons are over the runway,
right?
They hold each other up and wave him on to get him out in front. It's amazing. And without that video, no way does he get his medal pulled. And China will say, nope, we're winning. That's it. Yeah, get up there. Come on. And they hold each other back and they get him past.
Wow.
Right?
But here's the thing. In the story, in the updated story, it says the 3 runners from Africa were supposed to run only as pacemakers. What does that even mean?
Well, it was a China half marathon. So then if they were just pacemakers, then there shouldn't have been awards, right?
Right. Yes. I don't. Okay,
anytime I've run in a marathon, and I used to run in them all the time, man, you couldn't tear me away from full marathons and half marathons. And what I'd like to do is have someone run with me to be my pacemaker to keep me on pace.
Right.
And I would rent an Ethiopian or a Kenyan.
Can you still do that?
Have them be my pacemaker.
Can you still rent the Ethiopians, or is that fallen out of favor? Because
the Ethiopians have fallen out of favor. You can still get a Kenyan for a good deal. Yeah.
That wasn't initially it was rent to own, and I think they stopped that. Then you can only rent.
They did stop that. Apparently that didn't go over well.
Bothered people. Let's see he was stripped of his first place medal from the Mengniu Beijing Half Marathon after the investigation concluded that 3 other runners from Africa had purposely slowed down to let him pass.
Well, duh.
The organizers announced the decision after footage from the race went viral over the weekend.
Because I figured that China had just paid him off. China just paid him off, gave him some money, and said, let our boy win. Let him win.
But if they're pacemakers, then it doesn't matter if they were in front of him or not, right?
If they were right, correct. And then in the original one, they said that the Chinese body would be investigating. And I thought, well, then don't worry about it because they're going to say, nope, everything's fine. But the video crushed them.
The investigation into
this is why, as a government entity, you need to stop people having video capability around events.
Right. Okay. I think we need to get on that legislation soon.
Yeah, thank you.
The investigation of the incident found that 4 runners had, in fact, been invited by a race sponsor to serve only as pacemakers, but the main organizers were unaware of this. The 4th had dropped out before completing the race. We deeply and sincerely apologize to the world and to every part of society that we did not discover and correct the mistakes in time at this race. And
the sponsor brought them on as pacemakers for Hichi. Right?
I don't know
what.
That's right there. That's the that is the what is it? The glory of the agony of defeat. That's all of that rolled into one.
Yeah, it's all rolled up in one.
Right there.
All rolled up in one.
And then all 4 runners. All 4 runners.
They lost their medals and whatever money they won. Yeah. I don't know if they got to keep the money that the sponsors or the Chinese government gave to them for letting Hichi win. But
I don't think you can use that term anymore. I don't think they like
what do you mean?
the word the hichi. I think that's
that's his
I
name.
think transgender now is I don't think you call them hichis anymore.
Is that the transgender term in China?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, okay.
And
okay.
And quite frankly, I don't think it was necessary for him to wear his pronoun on his shirt. I think that was
it's a half a marathon. There's really no need for that.
Right, exactly.
I know. I get you.
The pronoun thing is out of hand.
It's out of hand. It's out of hand.
It really is. When you've got
out of hand.
When you've got them. Hold on, because
I will say this just as a side note, because I said I would talk about it, so I got to mention it because I'm not going to lie to our audience, okay? And I said I was going to talk about this, so I am. Sure, they found 3 bodies down there in Austin, Texas, at the Lady Bird Lake. 3 new bodies so far this year, and they've identified, I think, 1 of the 3. But it's not a serial killer, so why don't you just shut up?
It is not a serial killer.
It's not a serial killer, so why don't you shut up? All right? Go out, continue to party in Austin, and continue to walk along the lake and do your thing, and don't worry about the bodies popping up in the lake. Just don't worry. It's not a serial killer.
It is not.
These are all,
I see. Here's the weird thing. There are 2 serial killers apparently in Austin, because there is one serial killer who is already Raul Meza. He's the man Austin police have referred to as the serial killer. Are you aware of him?
No, Raul Meza?
Raul Meza. And this one got my attention. This guy is. He has proposed a plea deal. So this is the guy that's in custody, but not necessarily for the bodies that are now showing up.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So,
well, yeah, if he's in custody and he didn't do the last 3.
Right. So he is looking
Although this is dated April 11th, he could have done them.
That's a good point. He would like to, let's see, the deal involved he's pleading guilty, serving 50 years for each murder. He has been indicted for 4. Now, see, this is not the same serial killer, because he was indicted for strangling Jesse Fraga, strangling Gloria Lofton, going back to 2018. So there's somebody. Apparently, Austin is breeding serial killers. There seems to be a problem in Austin, and whatever they're putting in the water is causing people to either become serial killers.
Don't drink any of the water out of Lady Bird Lake. That's for sure.
Do not.
Holy cow!
That's not where they get their water, is it?
I don't think so. No, but it's a man-made lake. They made it a long time ago for entertainment and fun, and make the city look pretty.
Isn't that the same lake that they found all the cars in, or is that a different lake?
Ooh, no, I don't think so. No.
A bunch of cars found in Austin Lake, because they're finding stuff in the water.
Yeah, they are. They found a bunch of stuff in Florida too, because that YouTube guy went out and found a bunch.
Oh, it was in February 2024. A scuba diver found 2 stolen cars submerged in Lady Bird Lake.
Okay, with bodies. Or just the cars?
CVs have recovered later. The Austin Police Department have received a call. No, that's not it. Wait a second. Here we go. In May, what the hell is going on in Austin? This is May of 2023, so a year ago. Austin police investigating after a car found submerged in Lady Bird Lake.
Okay.
They're dumping it. No. Man, they are dumping everything in Lady Bird Lake.
Well, we've got what? I think 12 bodies in the last year and a half have come out of Lady Bird Lake. And I don't know if any bodies came out, if that's in addition to what they found with the cars, or if they were just finding automobiles stolen and driven in, or maybe the bodies were related to the car, and the person that was killed owned the car, and then they drove the car into the water after they were killed. That kind of thing happens all the time. You get killed and you drive your car into the lake. Happens all the time.
And then suddenly you're voting Democrat. It's weird. Lady Bird Lake. Let's see. How many cars have been found in Lady Bird Lake? There's been stolen cars, 2 stolen cars. I thought there were more. At least 12 bodies have been recovered from the lake. 22 months.
Now, this is a different lake than what's-her-face, than the turtle's sister-in-law died in. Mitch McConnell's sister-in-law.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's a different one.
She drove into a private lake on property outside of Austin. That's all. Don't worry about it. It's different. That did not have to do with this. That did not. Her death didn't have anything to do with the non-serial killer death in Lady Bird Lake.
It had nothing to do with it. Yeah. So stop it. Nothing at all.
Don't even think about it.
Let's see. Another body found. Deaths at Lady Bird Lake revived serial killer rumors.
Yeah, but the police immediately are saying, no, stop it, no. All right, okay.
And this goes back to July of 23. Serial killer concerns near Lady Bird.
Yeah, I believe I said a year and a half. I mean, I don't know why you're.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, caller. I can't hear you. Thanks for calling. It's great to have you here. We have to move on. Take our next caller. If it's not a serial killer, then what the hell is it?
Isolated incidents, multiple deaths.
Right. Just another.
Multiple isolated incidents.
Who sang that song years ago on Glenn's show? It was just another isolated incident.
Yeah, we used to do the bit. Who
did that?
I think it was Eric Chase.
That was a good little jingle.
This is, the world-renowned genius producer. Yeah.
I mean, and he did do.
I think it was Eric.
He did.
Might have been Eric, Nick, or Phil.
Songs.
I mean, you had Phil Azoom, and you had Nick. You had Nick, and you had Eric, and so could have been either. They were all working together at the time.
Well, and
then.
I wrote the song, or I had written for you the new song, your new theme song. I don't think you've heard this one. Now, we played one version of this on Thursday on the Daily Mojo, but I don't know that you heard the second version of this song.
I can't wait. I can't wait because they've been so good.
It's been amazing, hasn't it? Hang on a second.
They've been so good.
That they really have been, and here's the newest iteration of your theme song.
There's a man, big and round, with a smile that can't be found. He's the jolly jester, full of glee, bringing laughter whenever you see. He's got jokes that make you chuckle, with a belly that likes to wiggle. He'll make you laugh till you can't breathe. Tales of joy, his specialty. He's a master of comedy. His humor's wild and fancy-free. With a twinkle in his twinkly eye, he'll turn your frown into the sky.
You don't get quality writing like that.
You do not get quality like that anymore.
It's really kind of scary. I'm telling you that songwriters everywhere have got to be terrified.
Oh, they are.
Because that was
songwriters, any kind of writer, terrified. I mean, that's what was the big deal in the strike negotiations was the AI issues, big time.
Because that took, and all you do is give it a couple of lines and say, I want a song about a fat guy who makes people laugh. And then it comes up with the rest of it. And in about 35 seconds.
Right.
That's scary.
Now, they're not good, but they do come up with something.
Define good. I actually did write...
Define good.
Well, this I didn't just give it. I wrote the lyrics to this one. So you tell me, and it's called "The Life of Hair."
There's a man, big and
no, it's supposed to do this one. Hang on,
that's different words.
Yeah, here we go. Life of hair.
I like to swing in the breeze. I like to flow back and forth. Yeah, I like to get teased in the south or the north. I like the feeling of combing, the tangle of pleats. Now just don't let me fall over the Parmesan cheese.
See? That cheese.
I like the greasing and poofing. I love the dye and the moosing. You can crib me or flatten the strands of my platinum grooving. Don't let my life be too short.
See, short.
Got some handsome retort. I wanna be stylish just like Billie Eilish. Listen, the bottom line here is I wanna be queer with the guy they call Ronnie, whose hair is so brawny. Just let me swing in the breeze as long as I please.
You know what? Let's go ahead and get back to AI.
As the strands I am.
See, that's a song about hair. That's a life of hair. I wrote that. That wasn't AI. That was me. Those were my words. They came out of these fingers.
Again, maybe we should see what happens when you ask AI to do it.
I'm just saying.
Have you done that? Have you asked AI to do it and see the difference?
No, I don't like the competition. I want to be stylish, just like Billie Eilish. I mean, I worked that in there.
I got it.
That's it.
I don't want to slip on the Parmesan cheese. I got it.
Well, actually, I don't think that's what I said. Don't let me fall over the Parmesan cheese. There's a big difference, but you don't slip in Parmesan cheese. You'd slip in sour cream. Do you have a joke you have a joke of the day to take us away?
Are we done?
It's been an hour.
All right.
It goes quickly.
It does go by fast. It does. Thank you. Hey, for those of you that are actually watching and been watching Saturday Morning Live, thank you. Seriously, yes. Brad does not want to say thank you because he thinks he's better than everybody else. I wrote that. But I'm telling you, thank you.
I am. It was bestowed upon me. You think it's easy? You think it's easy. It's not easy. Not easy.
Well, we appreciate you struggling to be so good.
I've got to get back to my concubines and my grapes and my ivory tower, so I wish you would wrap this thing up.
Okay, so you want a joke? I'll give you a joke. This is my favorite joke. I've been laughing about it all week. All right? You ready?
Yes.
It finally happened. We've had all kinds of airline news, and flights are missing each other on the runways, and people are flying. They're smoking in the cabin and everything, the cabin. They've had to land. There were all kinds of problems going on with planes. Still, to this day. Weird how that's happening.
Weird.
So it finally happened. The flight attendant asked, "Is there a doctor on this flight?" And I leapt up and said, "Yes. Yes, there is. I did a tracheotomy at 30,000 feet with a razor blade and a ballpoint pen. I didn't make it, but the thrill was undeniable. I'm thinking about going to doctor school now."
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
Sadly, another Saturday Morning Live has come to an end. You can always get more of Jeff Fisher's irresistible presence by following him on X at JeffyJFR. Send him an email, chewingthefat@theblaze.com. And remember, you can get a cameo from Jeffy, but it's not free.
No.
So don't even ask. And if it's more of Brad Staggs that your heart needs, that's easy too. Follow him on all the socials at Real Brad Staggs. He never checks his email, but you can try brad@thedailymojo.com. Also, download the Daily Mojo app. It's on the Apple App Store right now, just waiting for your tug.
Yes, it is.
Anything you guys want to add? Good, because I have somewhere to be in about 15 minutes. Watch the Daily Mojo Monday morning at 7, and Chewing the Fat drops again Monday afternoon. Until then, I'm not Stu, saying, if you're going to drive, take the car. Ciao!